Alright, give me 1 second. I'm seeing some technical things. Alright, there we go. Had to reset it real quick. Well, welcome back, guys. Usually we don't stream kind of this early throughout the week, but it's been an exception for these kind of past 2 weeks, to start a little bit earlier. I think after this week, I should say after this week or so, we should be able to start back at the normal time frame. For all those people who are usually looking forward to that until later in the day. But yeah, with the holidays and everything going on, we've had a lot more people with, time off and having, some vacation time to use before the end of the new year. So yeah, I've been using just kind of some of the earlier time to, stream a bit earlier and spend more time with the family, kind of later at night, later in the evening. That way, also, the bigger projects that we've been working on, like the landing page, those tributing pages, the forms, and now the new personal portfolio. That's going to be the new one coming up here soon. So that's probably going to be a longer one as well. But as I've been talking about, after that one, we're going to be starting on JavaScript, which is, what I know some people are mostly looking forward to, and we'll be able to insert code by pressing buttons and, toggle things within menus. So yeah, it'll be great. And for some of you, it would be your first object-oriented programming language. So, we'll deep dive into all that kind of stuff. Glad to see some of the Drap and Alice are back, and I know Commander has been, and then there's been a few others that are brand new. So welcome to the stream. But yeah, I'm going to utilize the time that I have to get all the bigger projects out of the way so we can get started on JavaScripting. We'll go through that whole entire certificate, and we'll do the projects in there, but a lot of it is mostly going to be learning the actual programming language itself, so be ready for that. And if you guys have any questions during that kind of that journey, we will go through that together. So I look definitely forward to all that and being able to show you guys your official and actual programming language, because this CSS and HTML, as I've probably stated in previous videos or sessions, that these are markup languages. So it's not necessarily we're actually programming. There are variables that we've been using, and then there's some little mini JavaScripts that we've been putting in here and there for links, but we haven't actually done anything big. And the markup languages are mostly just visual, so visual design. So now when we get into JavaScript, we'll actually be working with official programming languages, where you got if and else statements, you got loops, you got booleans, operators, all those sort of things, and click events, click events whenever you click stuff and they do things, execute pieces of code. So we'll go through, that in a lot more detail when it comes to it. But yeah, so we're going to handle these last two things for this certificate. We'll get our certificate not too long from now. And you'll be able to hang that up on your wall if you wanted to and say, hey, I've done this. And you'll have some projects to show for it. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to getting kind of wrapping this part up to start on the next. So, all right. So in this session, we are actually going to be doing the learning about CSS transforms. We did a bit of CSS transform in the last session with animations. So we got to learn some CSS animating, which wasn't a very long video. I had to do that twice, as some of you have seen, were here the last time, because of technical errors. But so that's up on the YouTube page if you haven't caught that. After this video, you can go and check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, so we will start to go get started with this. So let me switch over to the other screen. Alright, so see, this is what we're going to be making, this whole entire screen right here. Got some coffee to keep us going. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we'll start with, of course, the doc type, HTML, lang. So we're just setting up our basic things, our boilerplates. Appropriate meta tags, so meta, char set, UTF-8, and it's basically saying, set up the appropriate meta tags, and it's plural, so it's asking for, your char set, and asking for the viewport. So we got that title, which will be CSS Transform. I'm sure it'll change to whatever it wants. We got, the most important thing, this has to be in the head. Cannot just write that. There you go. And we'll push all these to the, indent those. There we go. Then we got the body. Now, this one's gonna have about 100. Yeah, and we need the link. This is gonna have to like around 100. 109 steps, so it shouldn't be too long, but you know how it can get if we have to explain more stuff, and if we have issues like this where I'm getting ahead of myself. Cut, paste. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so target the body element to set the background to linear gradient with a 45 degree angle, RGB 118, 201, 255. Okay, and ending with RGB 247, 255, 222. Okay. We did that, so why isn't it showing this? It should show. Oh, that's why. Because I thought it was like a class. So there's the body element. Now it's targeting specifically background. Okay, linear gradient 45 degree. Yep. RGB 118, 201, 255. RGB 247, 255. Aha! There we go. There we go. We're good. So as you can see, it's starting off blue and then going to the white. Definitely gotta remember those commas. All right, so now page time by removing the body element's margin and padding. So margin 0, padding 0. There we go. Normalize your page by saying the width to being 100% and height being 100%. Okay. Oh, view height. There we go. Remove both the horizontal and vertical scroll bars using only one property. So overflow, hidden. Okay, within the body, add a div. Class of round. There we go. Nice. So we'll target the ground element now. Width. Take up full width of the viewport, so 100%. And height will be 400 pixels. View width. Oh. There we go. Give the ground element a background. Background with a linear gradient again. And it wants it 90 degrees with a RGB 88, 175 to 36. And then we're going to end it RGB 182, 255, 255. There we go. Okay. So here to here. So it's going to go in here. I'm sure we're going to change that position up. So now we're going to have to, like I was just saying, we want this on top. So we need to put that Z want to make sure it's always on top. So index, and set this one to 3. Alright, and position absolute. So that way it's always on top. Always on top, and we can put the exact positions where we want. Above the ground element, add a div. Okay. And we wanted the class of penguin. Oh my gosh. Alright. There we go. Now, targeting the penguin element, width 300 pixels. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to set the horizontally set with the penguin. Okay, so margin. Set the margin top to 75. So we're going to start this off with 75 pixels. Right auto. Then we're going to go bottom 0. And then the right auto. There we go. So we're going top, right is auto, bottom would be 0, and the left will be auto. So that way it's 75 margin from the top, and it'll be centered. Alright, so above that, create some scenery. So a div with a class of left mountain. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Left mountain. And then target the left mountain. Then we're going to give it a background. Linear gradient. Nope. Didn't want to do that. There we go. And RGB 203, 241, and 228. And then an RGB 80, 183, and 255. Alright, and that'll be our background right there. And then the height, the width will have to be 300 pixels, and the height will be
Dad's working.
I thought I heard a voice. I was like, who is that? Okay. One of the girls was just asking a question. Okay. So we'll go ahead and make this 300 pixels. So we got the height and the width, so the mountain's gonna be up here. We'll go ahead and submit. Alright. Just as position to prevent from taking up space in the page layout. Taking up space in the page layout. So position absolute. There There we go. To make the mountain look more like a mountain, you can use the skew transform function. Okay, so this is new. We haven't done this one before yet. So to make the mountain look more like a mountain, you can use the skew transform, which takes two arguments. The first being an angle to shear the x-axis by, and the second being an angle to shear the y-axis by. Use the transform property. Okay. So transform, and then skew, and then 0 degrees, and this will be 44 degrees. Okay, so first is the x-axis, 44 degrees. So if we put this at like 25, yeah, see? That's what it would do. Okay, so now set the stack level of the mountain elements such that it remains directly behind the ground element. So index, since the ground element was 3, we can make the, we have to put z index as 2 because the other one was 3, so it would be right behind it. Excuse me. To overlap the mountain, To overlap the mountain and the ground elements better, give the mountain a margin top. Okay. So give the mountain a margin top of 100 pixels. Okay. And then we will get the ground. Okay. A margin top of 58 pixels. There we go. Nice. Okay. So remember, if you put negatives, it goes the opposite way. So give the effect of a mountain range another mountain by creating a new div immediately after the left mountain. Okay, so div class back mountain. There we go. So we'll make this, make the back. Oh, oops. The back mountain. And then give it a width 300 pixels, height 300 pixels, and then we will do background will be linear gradient, then RGB 203, 241, 228. Okay, and then our second color should be 47, 170, 255. There we go. So that's all it wants us to do right here. So we'll go ahead and then do the position, print it from taking space, so absolute. There we go. Nice. So change the stack level of the back mount element such that it is directly behind the left mountain element. So this will be 1, so z index will be 1. Go. So what you're seeing right now is we have the back, which is the ground, being at 3. Then you have the left mountain at a 2, and then this one will be at a 1. So basically it's stacking back, like here, here, and then here. So rotate the back mountain element by 45 degrees clockwise. So transform, and then we will do rotate, and this was in the last lesson, and we want it to be 45 degrees. Okay, so now take that, then give a position right here. We want the left to be 110 pixels and a top of 225 pixels. There we go. See, now we have this right here, and we have one over here. Okay, so main, going to the next one. Okay. We'll make another div element. And then we gotta make, okay, so this is the class sun. Okay. Alright, now give the sun element width of 200 pixels and a height of 200 pixels, and then background color will be yellow. Okay, there we go. And then we don't want to take up any space, so we're going to make the position absolute, and then the border radius and the shape of the circle, so 50%. There we go. We also want this probably in the back, way back, so we'll have to probably change the z-index, but we'll see what happens. Position the sun in the top right corner of the screen such that 75 pixels of its top and right edges are off screen. So top 75 pixels and right 75. Oh. So the top is gonna be negative. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. So they both have to be over there. That makes sense. Okay. So that's where it wanted it. Alright, we're already on 28. Not too bad. Okay, so within the penguin, we want to add a new div element for the class of... Oh, man. Okay. Penguin. Head. I'm thinking too hard on my typing. So it's making me, like, mess up. I don't even know why. My brain likes to just shift. When I really don't want it to. It's weird. It's like if I just concentrate on something too hard, it's like more chance to stumble around than just not really thinking about it, and it's not even a thing. Like letting your muscle memory take over. But that's probably just ADHD. Anyway, so within the penguin element, as appears in the front of the ground element, change the stack level. Okay, so Z index will be 4 since we want it on top of the ground, and it wants a position relative to the parent. Okay, so target the penguin element head. So we'll go with this penguin head, and then we want the width to be half of its parents, so 50%, and the height will be 45%. And then background linear gradient will be RGB. Oh, okay. We're starting at gray. And then going RGB 239, 240, and 228. There we go. See what we didn't get right. 45 degrees. Where? $45 degrees. Okay, I didn't see that. I was sitting here, I was like, where does it say that? Well, it's right in front. So there we go. So now we did that. Most penguins do not have a square head, right? So we will do the border radius, top corners, top, is that what it is? 70%, or is it border top radius? Raise the bottom corners to, okay, hold on. So 70% on the top, and then 60. So 70%, and then 5%. Wait, hold up. I think that's right. I did. Okay. So top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Okay. Unless it just goes top left, top right, bottom left, like a circle. So it could be like that. I do want to look at that real quick. So, just kind of want to know the exact positioning of it, because you don't want to just take it for face value and assume. And the syntax is border top left radius, or border top right radius. So we could do the border radius right there, but that's how you can do target specifics. Okay, so top left, top right, bottom left. Okay, so it goes in the circle. So that's what it was. So right here, at the 70%, and the first is top left, the second position is top right, third position is bottom right, fourth position is bottom left. So remember that. Want to make sure you guys knew exactly what it was without leaving anything out. Alright, now we create the penguin body, and then give it a width of 53%, height of 45%, set the background, property, linear gradient, so 45 degrees, RGB, 134, oh my god, 134, 133, 133, okay, jeez, from 0%, alright, so now we're giving direct endings where it's going to start and end. So this will probably be on. We'll see. Anyway, RGB. Sorry, I got lost in thought for a second. 234, 231, and 231. There we go. And it wants it from white to go to 67%. There we go. Oh, okay. This will be 25, and then this will be white for 67%. There we go. Alright. Another interesting fact, but penguins a square body is right. We're gonna do so border, radius. See, and now it's actually giving us the things. It probably just wanted us to think of how we could do that without having to you know, depend on giving it exact directions. It wanted us to think outside the box. So there we go. Target all descending elements of the penguin element and give them a position of absolute. So penguin. And then I believe it's like an all child. So, all direct descendants. Okay. So, okay. So, if it wants all of them, then we'll use this. Which is a wild character, so that means it means everything underneath. Or this is a wild, so it can mean pretty much everything in there if you don't have a specific selected. So position absolute. Oh. Okay. There we go. So it's almost the same thing. Just selecting all child elements of it, you can put the arrow there. But this right here is the same. So the penguin and then all elements of penguin. Yeah. Had to look that one up real quick. Alright, so position the penguin head element 10% from the top, and alright, so top is 10%, 10%, and left is 25%. There we go. Alright. Position the... Okay, so here's the body. That was the head. So top 40%, and the left will be 23.5%. There we go. Change the stack level of the penguin helmet so that it appears in front of the penguin body element. So we have the head. Alright, so that will be a Z index. Z index of 5. There we go. So the penguin is 4, so it's on top. We want the head to be on top of 5. Penguin helmet is the index of 1. Oh, does it make it relative? Okay. Because it's a Z index of 1 starting over within that child. Okay. To give the penguin body a crest, create a pseudo element that is the first child of the penguin body element. So, so what I do, penguin, this first of type, and then content, what does it want us to do? Oh, so, oh, here we go. That was the penguin body. Penguin body, yeah. And it wants us to do the before. Okay, so yeah, not the penguin body. And set the content property to empty. So before creates the first element, and before everything begins, and one that creates the last element would be after. Okay. Position the pseudo element relative to its closest positioned ancestor. So relative. No, penguin body before a position of absolute. Alright. Okay. So it's not relative, it's absolute. Which is kind of weird because it asks for a, relative, which confuses me a bit because it's using absolute instead of the relative position value. Width, half that of its parents, so 50%. And the height, 45%. Background color, gray. Gary. There we go. top, so 10% from, oh, nope, top, 10%, and then left will be 25%. There we go. All right, and then by round off the crest by giving the pseudo element bottom corners a radius at 0%. Okay, so border radius will be 0%, 0%, and then 100%. 100%. There we go. And there's our crest. Okay. Now increase the film's transparency by 30%. Increase this. Is it transparent or transparency? Wait, hold on. It's increase the pseudo element's transparency by 30%, right? Background? No, would be bad. Wait. Background. Transparent. 30%. Opacity. Jeez. See, even if you've been doing this for a little while, you still never a dull moment. Alright, so now in the penguin head, start the penguin face by adding two divs. Div, class, face. Okay. I probably could have just went ahead and just copy and pasted, but I feel like it's good typing. Anyway, so face. Alright, width of 60. I said 60%. Height of 70%. Background color of white. There we go. There's that. Make the top corners of the face. Okay, so border radius 70%. 70%. I guess you have to label top and bottom 70, left to right. No, whatever. 70%, 60%. There we go. And then top would be 15%. Okay. And then currently the two face elements are on top of each other. Fix this by adding a class left to the first and a right to the second. So face left. Right to the second. Alright. So target the face with the left class. Position 5% left. Okay. Okay. Let me guess. The next one is going to be dot face dot right. And it's going to need 5% from the right. Last of chin. Okay, so we're going to add the chin. Go. Target the chin element and give it a width 90%, height 70%, and background color set to white. There we go. So we got our chin. Gonna position this. So top 25%, and then left 5%. Okay. Top corner is radius 70, bottom corner is 100. So, okay. Or radius 70%, 70%, 100%. There we go. Alright. So far the face and chin elements have the same background color, right? Create a custom CSS property called penguin face and set it to white. So root. So penguin face. Guys remember the root property or root element? Where relevant, replace property values with your penguin face variable. So anything that says white. So here face bar when face will I change it here too instead of white? Says white, huh? There we go. So anything that said white, just replacing it with that variable. Okay. So below the chin element, make another div, class, I, class left, go. So now we have two eyes. Now we have to make the eye. And the width be 15%, height of 17%, and background color black. Okay. Then we will position them from top to 45%. Parent. And give all corner radius. Okay, so corner radius of 50%. Here we go. So I dot left left will be 25%. Okay. Oh, and we have to make a right selector. So I right. Yeah, and I do see it needs right. So right 25%. There we go. So inside the left, we have to make an eyelid. So div class eyelid. I almost put lid. So we'll put that there. And one right here. So we made two eyelids. Okay, so eyelid, we'll give this a width of 150%, height 100%, background color, var penguin face. Okay. Now position the eyelid elements 25. Okay, from the top. So top would be 25%, and negative from the left of the parents. So left 25%. So it's gonna sit, okay, of each of them from the left, then give all corners a radius of 50%. Alright, so border radius 50%. There we go. Oh, 23. There you go. So below the right eye element, add two divs with a class of blush. Okay. Blush. Alright, and to determine which one is which, we're going to add the left, and we're going to add the right here. There we go. So target the blush elements, give them a width, 15%, height of 10%, and background color of pink. Okay. So then we have to position these. Top 65%, and border radius 50%. Okay. Now blush dot left, position it 15 left, so 15%, and then blush right is 15%. Okay. So there we go. We got on each side. So next challenge, below the blush right element, add 2 div. So div with a class of beak. Okay. Okay, so this one's gonna have a top. Div. Okay. And this one is gonna be underneath. This is gonna have a class of bottom. There we go. So now we're gonna target the beak element with a height of 10%. Background color orange, and then border radius of 50%. Okay, got that. Now dot beak with a class of top with a width of 20%, and then position it so top for 40%, and then okay, and then left is 40. Oh, this needs 60, and this needs 40%. There we go. Okay, now this one, we have to now make a dot beak for the bottom. Okay, the width 4%. Okay. 4% smaller, so alright, so 16%. And then from the top, further from the top, so 65%, and then left of 42%. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay. So now the penguin body looks a bit plain, spruced a little bit by adding a div. It wants a class of shirt. So we're gonna give him a nice shirt. So we'll give him a nice shirt. And within that shirt element, add a div. And give it this emoji. So we'll just copy that and throw that in here. Okay. So with shirt after the div, add a p element with the following content: CSS. Okay. Nice. Target the shirt element. It sets font size to 25 pixels. Font family to Helvetica with a fallback of sans serif and a font weight to bold. Nice. Alright, in some browsers, the heart emoji may look slightly different from the previous set. This is because some of the character's properties were overwritten by the font weight style bold. Fix this by targeting the div with the heart emoji. Okay. Div with the heart emoji and setting its font weight to its original value. So, shirt, div. Okay. And then, hold on a second. Is it what would this be? Unset? So it'd be display unset. It didn't seem like it did anything. Would it be revert? What would it be? Oh. So we have to... Okay. So the font weight we're specifying, instead of saying all, we're just targeting specifically the font weight. So you could just, so there's a few ways you could do this. You could do it that way, and you could do all, and it reverts everything back. Or you can just do specifically the font weight. Okay. Position the div with the heart emoji, so top. 22.5 pixels from the top. And 12 pixels from the left. Okay. Position the shirt element. So top 165 from the top, and then left will be 127.5 pixels. And then we have to increase the stacking. So Z index must be 5. Oh, 1, that's right. Because it's still, alright, yep. Because this is still within that parent. There we go. So for the shirt's final touch, set the color. So this will change the text color to this text value. There we go. Nice. Alright. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. Alright. Back. Coffee was just kind of giving me the jitters a bit. So, just grab some water. Alright, so within the penguin body, give 2 elements for the feet. So, div, so we gotta make 2 feet. So, class. So foot, we'll do in here. Then we'll make another div class for the foot. And the thing is, we have to declare which one is which, right? So left, and then right. There we go. Let's target the foot elements. Give them a width, 15%, and then the height, 30%, background color of orange. There we go. And then position them. So top will be 85%, and border radius 50%. There we go. So we're good there. So we're gonna make a new variable for the penguin. Picorna. Place all relevant property values with it. So Picorna will be orange. Then we need to replace. So could we do a search find? Well, we could, but it doesn't give us a replace. So we're just gonna have to copy this and find anywhere that there's orange, like right here. Make a var. Inside there, put it in here. So var, and then orange. There we go. So now target the foot element, the class of left. So foot left. We would want it left 25%. Okay. And then foot right with a right sure we're gonna have to put it behind it. Make the penguin's feet more penguin-y. Rotate the left foot by 80 degrees. So transform. Excuse me. So we want. Oh, we gotta rotate it. So we can't do that. We have to do this. Rotate it. And then on this side, we need to transform, rotate negative 80 degrees. Alright. Change the stacking order of the foot. So Z index will that'd be 0 or negative 1. There we go. Negative 1. So it veers behind. Alright, and now before here, before the feet, add 2 div elements for arm. Okay, so div class arm left div. Okay, copy this here, and then we'll add right. Okay, so now we'll target the arm property, and we'll need to make a width of 30%, height of 60%, and a background of linear gradient, 90 degrees, and gray, and ending with RGB 209, 218, or 210, and 199. So I'm actually realizing that I think the coffee was the thing that was making me like super focusing in and stumbling around like that with the typing, with all them jitters and stuff. So hopefully this should be a lot better. I just love coffee, man. Penguin skin helps you, keep that focus and awake. But sometimes if I, over focus, doesn't have great effects with me. So we'll go here for the skin and replace everything that has gray, black, gray. Well, anything I guess that's relevant. Don't want that. So there's gray. There's that. Oh, there's another one. Might change it back, but whatever. Because I see some of the whites on here were changed as well. Like right here. Alright, target the arm element with a class left. So arm left. And then top will be 35%. Left will be 5%. And then arm right will have top 35%. But it will be from the right this time for 5%. There we go. 0. You should have there we go. Huh. Okay. So there's the arms. Within the arm left, selector alter the origin of the transform function to be the top left corner of its parent. So, transform origin, that'd be 0%, 0%. There we go. So is this the top one? This is right. I mean, from our screen. So to keep the linear gradient on the correct side of Penguin's left arm, first rotate it by 1. Okay, so transform, rotate, and we did all of these on the last session that we did. So if you don't know what any of these are, I would definitely go back and kind of take a look for more in-depth view. So rotate by 130 degrees. There we go. And then invert the x-axis. Scale x. Okay. Okay. Whew. Rotate the right arm. So transform. Rotate by 45 degrees. Okay. Oh, percent degrees, and then counterclockwise. There we go. Now, in fact, most, if not all, flippers are not naturally rectangles, right? So we're gonna give this a border radius 30%, 30%, and then 120%, 120%. There we go. 30. Ah, okay. I see now. That's better. Yeah, I didn't see that. That next one. So, stacking. So, z index be -1. There we go. Going behind the body. Now, you are going to use CSS animations to make the penguin wave, right? So, at keyframes, wave. We also did this in the last section, so if you need to know more about this, go ahead and take that look again as well. So, give the wave 4 waypoints starting at 10% and increment by 10. So 10% is where we're starting. We'll go 20%. We have 30%. And then 40%. There we go. Within the first wave, waypoint, rotate 100, transform 10, degrees. Rotate. Okay. And retain the scaling of the left arm. So. Is it 0%? Is that what it would be? Oh, okay. And it just wants to scale X to keep remaining the same. Okay. So we'll do this. Form 130 degrees. Rotate this one. Okay. So it's gonna go like this, then here, then back, and here. Okay. And then we're gonna put the animate. Okay. Animation, which will be we're gonna use the wave name. We're gonna last 3 seconds. We're gonna iterate and a linear. We're gonna linear time function and iterate indefinitely. So infinite. See, it's gonna do it for 3 seconds, and then it's gonna last 3 seconds. It's gonna pause and then do it again. Target the penguin element. Target the penguin element when it is active and increase its size by 50% in both dimensions. So penguin active. So transform scale X 50%. Scale line up. Just taking a shot in the dark. Don't think that's what it's gonna do. Penguin active, so I did get that right. Oh, it just wants scale in general, so I don't have to give an X or Y. So, scale 1.5. Oh, I take out the extra. Okay. Then when it's active, when you activate the penguin element, it might look as though you can drag it around. This is not true. Indicate this to users by giving the active element a cursor probability of not allowed. Okay, so cursor not allowed. Yeah. So when you click on it, so when it's active, when you click on it, it's going to do this. It'll get bigger. But if you try to drag it, it's obviously going to have that red over it saying that you can't drag it. So, okay, so change the penguin element transition behavior during transformation. 1 second, a time function of ease in and out, and delay of 0 seconds. Transition to have a duration of 1 second. Ease in, out, and 0 milliseconds. So when it's active and it transitions, it wants it to, instead of being, super noticeable, it's going to be just subtle enough. So it's going to take 1 second to do it, and it's going to get bigger in the middle, and there's not going to be a delay. There's transform, transition. There you go. Finally, calculate the height of the ground element to be the height of the viewport. What? Height of the ground element to the height of the viewport. Minus the height of the penguin element. So minus 45%. To the height of the viewport. So the height would be 100 view height, but subtracted by the penguin element. So 45. He had what was it, 45%? So I don't know if that's need to do some calculating. Quick math. Would be that. What is it supposed to be? So it's going to use a calc. Okay. So 100 view height minus 300. This height of calc 100 view height. So, okay. Looks almost the same as 100 view height, but whatever. But we have to subtract it from, so 300, yeah, screw it. I think that'd be okay. Alright. So we did the transform. Okay. Alright, so that concludes the Transform, CSS Transform. Now the next one is going to be the personal portfolio. So in this personal portfolio, you know, I said we're probably not going to do like extremely, I'm honestly not too worried about this. Like, you know, I'll throw most of it up on GitHub and that sort of stuff after I'm all done and everything. I don't know, I might revisit it and do a lot more with it, but I don't think I'm going to put like a ton of work into it. Just for the fact I don't want it to last, you know, another video that lasts about 5 hours or so. That, and, you know, I just don't, I feel like GitHub is a better way to show all your stuff. And you also have like LinkedIn, and then making, you know, one great project. And I don't have to delve too deep into it, because I've already went over this in the previous session that we did. But I would definitely like to try to use a transform in here, see what we can do. Maybe like if I make a banner for like my name and stuff, like my channel name, to be able to maybe make a linear gradient come across. I think that might be pretty cool. And you know, kind of some buttons and stuff that might make a transition to make it bigger when hovered over. So who knows, I think it'd be okay. But yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. That is transformations. And we could probably go on and look for, you know, go on Google or whatnot, look through more documentation and see, you know, more properties and different ways that we could use these animations. But yeah, I think we did pretty good covering it. This was the official last is it course or section of this course. And now once we finish this project, we officially get our responsive design certificate. And, you know, for all you guys that are, you know, working on this right now, congratulations for, you know, getting this far. You should be really proud of yourself. And, you know, once we complete that next project, once you're done, you know, I'm so happy for you guys to be able to earn your own certs, other than my own. But yeah, so that might be a longer session depending on what we do, but I really appreciate you guys coming out here and watching. We'll see when the next session will be. Until then, you guys have a good weekend. You guys, you know, give yourself a pat on the back if you want to, like, look at more documentation regarding CSS animations and transformations. I would encourage it. I know a lot of these things kind of touched on it, but there is probably a lot more that you can do with it. Definitely go out and check out CodePen for other users that are using CSS in many different amazing and just mind-blowing ways, and using animation to do that. But yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next section, or for this next project. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you later.